welcome back to my channel. On this episode, I am going to show you the capital of China, Beijing. But I am not going to the Forbidden City and all that on this episode. I'll be showing you a couple areas that you should also go to if you're in Beijing. So right now, we are at the Jingshan Park, which translates to Prospect Hill, looking at the whole Forbidden City. So hopefully you will enjoy this episode, guys. So finally got the luggage after like 35-minute wait. It is a very busy time at the Beijing airport. I see my driver already, I think, because I see my sign. It says, Janelle, welcome to Beijing. 你好. 谢谢谢谢谢谢谢谢 So this is the car I booked today for the trip, I should say. It is a 7-seater. I will have the same car for tomorrow. This is the interior, you know, like a regular van. Arrived at the Royal Park Hotel here at Wangfujian area. It is a very popular district, deluxe room, but definitely a good size for one person or even two.
The next day.
Morning, guys. On the first day in Beijing, first stop is Yonghe Temple, also a Lama Temple, influenced by the Tibetan Buddhism. It was built in 1964. It used to be a residence of Yongzheng, which is an empire, one of the most important one in Chinese history, actually. A lot of the Chinese drama were made by stories from him because it was like the best time in Qing Dynasty, and he is one of the most famous one. Right now, we just arrived at the main gate, and we are gonna get some incense. Everyone is given 3. 谢谢. Lots of people praying, absolutely beautiful. Over there is where they are lighting up their incense. This is so Beijing. I've missed Beijing so much. It's been a while, I think 2 years. So you take out the paper from the top and you leave the middle first. So it's easier for this to lit up. It might take a while, guys. It's normal. You give 3 at each hall, minimum. Follow what people do if that's your thing. The Lama Temple actually started as an imperial palace before being converted into a monastery. This is why its architecture is so grand and unique, blending both Chinese with Tibetan Buddhist elements. Finally arrived at Yonghe Hall. He used to live here, by the way. It was converted into a monastery. Wow, it's so beautiful. There are so many halls in here. Most people go to all of them, at least all the big ones. But some of the smaller ones, they actually have something specific that you can pray for. I am so into Beijing because of the history. I don't know if you guys remember from the Xi'an episodes. I was blown away because that was my first time in Xi'an just half a year ago. Every single place that I went to, every step that I took, I was literally blown away because when you step into the history, it is just really mind-blowing. And Beijing and Xi'an are definitely a must for you guys. If you haven't been to China or haven't been to China and never visited these places, you must come because China is a country that is full of history and it's really worth exploring. This place is definitely a photographer's heaven if you're into photos. So much intricate details here on the roof, on the side, these columns, the windows, the paintings, the murals. It's just so beautiful. Now we are at the East Side Hall and it goes on, guys. It goes on and on. Of course, nothing compared to the Forbidden Palace, but it is huge. He was one of the most important princes before he became an empire, so if that makes sense. And of course, you will see these Tibetan prayer reels here. So we will just turn it, make sure it is clockwise. So I just asked this guy in front of me. He said you're supposed to turn it 49 times if you want your wishes to ever close to coming true. So he's doing it 49 times. So he already said it. I'm gonna do it because I don't want my wish to not come true. So okay, that was 49. Hopefully my wish will come true. Falun Hall, you should definitely look at the ceiling, the intricate, like the details, the artwork, the carving is immaculate. And when you're in here, don't forget to look on the side. Every beam has paintings and are carved on the top, so make sure you don't miss out when you're here. So beautiful. The 18-meter tall Buddha is made from sandalwood. From what I know, it is actually one of the, if not the biggest, one of the biggest wooden Buddha statue in the whole entire world. Wow, look at these details. In case when you come in, you wonder what this line is. Specific line is to get bracelets, and there are some Buddhism related products inside, meaning that whatever you buy, you have to go to this other room. There's a light, a smaller room in the back. You bring that product that you bought and you open the light so that it actually opens up the energy of that bracelet or necklace or charm or whatever it is that you bought. So you cannot do it on like your ID or your personal belongings. It's more about like we call it faju. I'm gonna insert some items and as an example, then you will know what I mean. Hi guys, sorry for the quick interruption. I am now at the city wall in Xi'an here. Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that my website is now live. It's www.travelwithjanelle.com. You can also DM me at Go with Janelle. If you have any questions about traveling in China, Asia, or specifically like Hong Kong, Macau, and all that, even multi-city, I will be able to help you. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this episode. So we arrived at Jingshan Park. It translates to Prospect Hill. It was built in the Ming Dynasty in 1421. Why are we here? Because on top of the hill, you can get a whole view of the Forbidden City. I think this is one of my favorite places in Beijing because every time I go up there, I'm just wow. If you can see the scale of how big Forbidden City is, you will do the same. If you're wondering why there are holes everywhere in this park next to this pavilion, it's because they are trying to preserve these old trees, and because when they build all this, they don't want to affect the foundation, the roots of these old ancient trees, as it needs air. So that is the reason why you see these holes. Another, once again, speechless moment for me to be sitting up here at Jingshan Park, admiring not only an architectural masterpiece, is way more than that. The significant importance of this palace to a whole country. I don't know if you realize there are, at least on this side of Beijing, there are not much tall building at all. It is because they need to protect the city, as a lot of the government official building, because right behind is the Tiananmen Square, and that is the most important square of the whole country. One thing I forgot to mention is in the whole Beijing city center, unlike other Chinese city, you are not gonna see drones. I asked, well, where can I fly a drone? As I just bought a drone last year, right? They said there's nowhere you can fly a drone because of how strict the rules are. As like I said earlier, there are no tall buildings around the Forbidden City and the Tiananmen Square and all that in this whole region, not only to protect the old architecture and the people, but because of security purposes as well.
Moments later.
Alright guys, so I sat down for a quick break. Sat down to have some yogurt. So I got the original flavor, and he also gave me one more to try. I think this is almond tofu flavors. I love Chinese yogurt. They are not as sweet as the ones that we have ever had outside. Like I said, remember I love the blue glass yogurt. It is the Hermes of yogurt. Here we are at the Bell and Drum Towers. They are not just landmarks, they were Beijing's official timekeeping center for centuries. They were strategically placed on the central axis of the city to symbolize the empire's control over time and his empire. And of course, the candy-coated fruit skewers is everywhere here in Beijing as well. Love this area of Beijing. So authentic, so old. I like anything old except hotels. In this area, like you will see all this old street architecture from back then. Could be from the Ming or Qing dynasty. It could date back to the Yuan dynasty as well. Lots of restaurants, lots of shops, souvenir shop. Magnets are definitely cheaper here as well. Just next to the Bell and Drum Tower, you will see a lot of people having like shabu shabu here. It's like hot pot because it's cold in Beijing. So arrived at the Nanluogu Alley. It is a pedestrian street here near the Shichahai and Drum and Bell Tower with lots to eat. Of course, lots of souvenir shops. And actually, in every Chinese city, there are quite a few of these pedestrian streets, except that this one is with the old Beijing architecture. Everyone is lining up to take a picture with this Instagrammable wall. Can you see it? Beijing. So in Beijing, you will come across many of these neighborhoods called Hutong, all these traditional old Beijing houses. I think it's really special. The government had tried to help people move out of these old houses because the living situation is not great inside. Some of them don't have heat, some of them don't have AC, but a lot of them refuse because they have been living here all their lives. This is the middle of the city, like the heart of the city. So they're near all the hospital, the markets, and everything. So they don't want to move out. They're used to it. They're like, we'll mind our own business, just ignore us, and we're not moving out. So this is at least according to my driver. That's what it says. In recent years, Hutong has become pretty trendy. We'll find restaurants like this one, cafe, shops, and even art galleries behind these old and new bricks. It is definitely a very important part of Beijing. This is definitely the newer side. You will see fingerprints locks on these doors, and these are definitely new bricks right next to some old ones. We had arrived at this extremely beautiful alley. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So this street is called Yandai Xiejie. Of course, my Mandarin is absolutely far from fluent. It actually means tobacco pouch slanted alley. I don't know if you can tell in the back, this street is slanted. This street is 232 meters long. This street was known to be selling tobacco. They kept so much of these architectures here. Wow, it's really like stepping back in time. You might think this is just another walking street, but this one is actually very old. Wow, look at that. This is something the government protects and free to enter. Let's check it out. This sign says no Shichahai, no city of Beijing. It is one of the most scenic lakes in the middle of the city. They're telling you how important this lake is. As a well-known city of history and culture, Beijing is blessed with history of 3,000 years and served as the capital city for 870 years. I think it's worth mentioning that Shichahai is home to the most number of noble residences. Absolutely worth coming to this alley. Every single door you might enter something like this with absolutely beautiful. Look at their paintings on it. They're all different. This one is with the mountain, and then this one is with these birds. All of these are the original buildings. It's just not that it's been converted into a shop or a restaurant. And just right next to this, we are gonna turn here now. And that is the famous Shichahai.
People often just call it a beautiful lake area, but it is actually a system of 3 former imperial reservoirs, Tianhai, Haohai, and Xihai. Its name, which translates to 10 Temples Sea.
On this lake, you can do paddleboard and kayaking. I think it's a kayaking. Now I'm gonna look for something to put this view though. Ah, so pretty. Actually, one of the first pictures I ever took here in Beijing.
And to continue from earlier, the 10 Temples Sea, it comes from the 10 famous Buddhist temples that once stood along all of its shore here that you're seeing during the Ming and Qing dynasty.
These Beijing dumplings have I once looked so good. Wow. I'm gonna have it with vinegar and favorite chili sauce, just a bit, just so that I can taste the fish. Alright guys, so this is a really nice place to look at the sunset. It is 3:30 right now. This is a cafe. They also serve cocktail, but they are not serving it right now because it's too early. So I got like an oat latte, but over here you can do like people watching, as you can see, gazillion people below. It is on the 3rd floor. And they also own the 4th floor. This place is called Sugar Cafe. I will insert the name in the description box below and also on the screen. Sometimes because not everyone will look at the description box. So highly recommend to wait for the sunset. Guys, we are now in the Sanlitun district and we're at Taikoo Li. It is a shopping district with tons and tons and tons of shops, bars, restaurants. It's been a very busy shopping district for many years. Let's get in. Look at us. I am cold.
Taikoo Li in Sanlitun has been around since 2008, a very established shopping center in Beijing. It is in the Chaoyang district. It has over 300 shops and restaurants, tons of choices. If you like name brands or just like some tiny little brands, they should have it there as well. Highly recommend. And there are hotels nearby.
Alright, so we will wrap this up and I will see you guys
Next week and show you
more of this absolutely amazing city in China. The capital of China, by the way.
On next week's episode, we're gonna dive into more places that you must visit in Beijing and, of course, the one and only Great Wall of China. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.